If you don't have a plan for your rookie picks, you are already behind and you're already losing. But in this video, I'll break down the exact strategy that'll give you a statistical edge over your league mates during your draft and every single step outside of that, as well as some draft prospects to look for. So make sure to stick around for that. Before we dive in, we do need to be on the same page about these rookie pick values because a lot of people say a lot of different things, so I'll break it down analytically for you. While I do that, if you are new, please go through and hit that subscribe button. I drop videos like this every single week. It helps both of us out, and I'd love to see you guys in every single one of these. But the number one thing to remember, rookie picks are more or less like a lottery ticket, but not all of them have the same odds of hitting. Let me explain what I mean. The best possible way to do this is using historical data by draft round. In round one, you have statistically a 70% chance to hit on a player. By that hit rate, I mean a guy that we can plug and play into our fantasy lineups from the jump. In the second round, that hit rate drops down to 33%, so about 3 to 4 players in total that hit. And in round 3, that drops down to 25%. And in other words, about 2 players that are startable. As I'm sure you can see, there's a massive difference between the first round and all of the rest of the others, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's what most people get wrong. Round 3 picks aren't necessarily useless. Just because their hit rate is lower, the key understanding is to know which position holds the value in each round, because those are general numbers. If we break it down to specific positions, we can better understand what's happening here. So if we look at the wide receivers taken in the first 4 picks of the first round, we're just going to isolate those. They have about a 50% chance to hit and a 40% chance to be an elite guy. So an elite rate of 40%, that just means a wide receiver 1 off the jump. Now we go down to the second half of that first round, picks 5 through 12. You have a 45% chance hit rate, still pretty good, and then a 35% elite rate. 2 very similar numbers. But in round 2, we see a 45% hit rate, but only a 10% elite rate. And when you go to the third round, that hit rate drops down all the way to 20%. That is a massive difference. So when you're looking at your rookie draft, don't waste a third round pick on a wide receiver, especially considering this year's draft class. Running backs are so much more valuable than the wide receivers are, and that is going to be proven for our draft strategy this year. That means those third round picks have significantly more value if you go through and get a running back, because the RB draft class is extremely deep. Like, when I mean deep, probably the strongest that we've had in a long time as far as pure value and numbers of guys that are draft graded very good. Now let's look at the chart. The top 4 picks for the running backs here, 80% hit rate and 60% elite rate. Like that, they're going to produce. The top 4 running backs, they're going to produce. Now picks 5 through 12, that drops down to a 45% hit rate and a 15% elite rate. Yes, that's still a big jump, but it's good. And when you go through to look into round 2, that's a 35% hit rate and a 10% elite rate. Now we're looking at round 3, it goes to a 30% hit rate, but a 12% elite rate. Now that might be a little bit controversial to some people, but the numbers are not going to lie. That's not a big difference at all. Now what this means, if we break it down, elite running backs are predictable. The Ashton Genties of the world, the Saquon Barkleys, I guess when they were drafted from Penn States of the world, statistically, they are going to be better than the Cam Scadaboos, who are ranked way lower. Yes, they can still be good, but the chances aren't as high. But those second and third round running back picks are analytically the same when you compare the two as far as a hit and elite rate go. So how deep the running back class is this year plays a huge part into that, because there's less to lose if you draft a running back in that second and third round, but way more to gain. So now that we understand the importance of where you're picking in your draft relative to the value, here's exactly what you need to know when you're going through and making a trade. Whether you want to acquire picks, move down in the draft to get a player, whatever it is, this is the blueprint you need to know. You cannot skip this. The first 6 picks in the first round, elite, no question. Keep those picks, get into that round, whatever it is, from picks 107 to the beginning of the second round, about 204. There's virtually no difference. So I don't really classify it as first round pick, second round pick. Mid first round is pretty much the same as an early second. As far as historical values go, the probability to be elite and their value is almost identical. So if you're looking to make a trade or something that your league mate offers you, if the deal is you're moving down a couple picks in the first, there's really not that big of a difference as long as you're outside those first 7 picks. Also, do not package multiple second round picks unless you're getting into that top 6. Otherwise, it is completely useless and you're just losing out on a ton of value. And when we get into round 2 and 3, picks 205 to about 212 almost have the exact same value. Again, there's not much of a difference. For example, if you're down tiering and trading the 206 down to the 212 to get a third rounder, I absolutely love this, because the value you get in the second round is almost the same. And then you also get a lottery ticket in the third round for a running back, because the class is so deep, you can take another swing on those guys. So now that we know that these third round picks are important, especially in this year's draft, if you're trying to target running backs, we can easily stack them first, I'll go over some players that we can trade to get off of our rosters to get these thirds, and then we'll go into some rookies that we can get in the third round that we want to be targeting that I love. So the type of guy that we can get rid of on our roster to get those third round picks, I'd say the Rico Dowdles of the worlds, the Romeo Dubs, these guys that aren't necessarily highly touted and don't have a really long-term future that's painted out for them in Dynasty Fantasy Football. And then on the other side, when we look at what rookie running backs we want to be targeting, there is one statistic that remains true that extremely accurately predicts what running backs are going to be successful in NFL fantasy football terms. That is college receiving ability, and even more specifically, their yards per reception. Now, if a rookie running back is averaging over 8 yards per reception in college, the likelihood for them to finish top 36 in the NFL of fantasy football terms, through the roof. Like, when I tell you, this is almost a one-to-one teller of if running backs are going to be valuable. Now, to put this into perspective, last year, 33 of the top 36 running backs met this mark of 8 yards per reception in college. The same story for 2023 and 2022. You can keep going back as far as you want to. The same hit rate applies, about 90%. Now, obviously, we can't just look at this number alone and tell you, yep, they're going to be a good running back. All right, call it a day. No. Running back prospect scores do go into this as well. Luckily for you, I've put all of that together. So who are the guys in 2025 we want to be targeting at the running back position in your rookie drafts? There's a lot of them, and these are all of the guys I love that meet this mark and are also very positive running back prospects through my analysis as well. Number one, obviously going to be Ashton Genty. This is not really much of a debate. He's going to be taken in those top 4 picks of rookie drafts. He is that guy. He's probably going to have an 80% hit rate and elite rate because of how good of a talent he is. Omarion Hampton, Caleb Johnson, Damian Martinez, DJ Giddens, RJ Harvey, Trayvon Henderson, Bajal Tootin, Brashard Smith, Raheem Sanders, Devin Neal, and Jaden Blue. You see now why I say the running back class is absolutely stacked. I am targeting all of these guys in my rookie drafts, and even a few more that are deeper down this list that I haven't gone over for you guys. If you want to know what players destroyed the NFL Combine, I broke an entire video down of just that. Who did amazing in the Combine, who I'm targeting, who probably should be slept on, and who is not doing good. I'll pin that video, put it in the description as well if you guys do want to watch that. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please feel free to go down and drop a like or subscribe if you are new. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. All glory to the man above, and I will see you in the next one coming soon.